Hi everybody, this is the first in a series of 3 videos which I'm going to bring to you, which is going to be all about helping you to do the things that you know that you should be doing regarding moving on. So the reason that this is important is because often I will talk about things that are going to help you. So there might be practical things such as journaling for your emotions, physical self-care, being creative. It might be things like trying to shift your perspective using gratitude. I might also talk about things like working on your self-love. And people take those ideas on board and say, yep, that's great. I know I need to do that. And then what I'll find is that people still ask the same questions around feeling stuck and how can I move on and why is this so difficult for me? And I came to this realization that sometimes people know the information in their heads and they know what it is that they need to do, but something's stopping them from actually being able to stick to it, commit to it, and move forward with it. So in this series of 3 videos, I'm going to go through 3 different reasons why you might find it difficult to stick to the things that you know that you should be committing to do to help yourself, and give you some solutions to work through it. And the first one today that I'm going to talk about is your core values. So the reason that core values are really important is because whenever we want to do something, whenever we want to commit to a particular task or an exercise or a project, we need to have a why. We need to know why we're doing that thing. And if we're not coming to it from a place of why we're doing it, it's just so easy to let go of. It's really important. Part of goal setting is to have your why and to know why you're actually doing something. So this is a simple exercise that will really help you. So I'm just going to share my screen with you for a second. So this is a list of 230 personal core values, and it's something that I've just pulled from the internet and downloaded. And there are a lot in there. And the idea of this exercise is that you take this list, I will put a link to a download for it in the comments. So you take this list and you sit with it. And I want you to reflect on the list in terms of simply in terms of your moving forward and what you want to achieve by moving forward. So that, you know, a lot of these things could be applicable to your work life, to your family, to other relationships in your life. I don't want you to think about all that at the moment. I want you to think about it solely in the context of your moving on and your healing. Which of these core values are the most important to you? Now, the way that you work them out is to try and get out of your head, try and get out of the logical mind when you're doing it. Don't think, oh, well, I should think that accomplishment is important, so I'm going to check that off. What I want you to do is to go through each value and just kind of sit with it and see how it feels. And you'll get a sense of it. You'll get a sort of sense of it internally if it lights you up and that feels like, yes, that's the one. Oh, yes, courage is important to me. Yes, decisiveness is important to me. So it will take a little while, but take the list and just sit with it. And, you know, at first glance, you might think, oh, all of them are important to me, but you will eventually come to a narrowed down list. And I'll just show you my narrowed down version of the list, which is my personal list that I came up with as I was doing this exercise. So the ones that I highlighted were the ones that I sat with and felt, yeah, these are really important to me in terms of moving forward after the end of a relationship. These are the core values that are going to drive me forward. These are what I want to feel in my life going forward. And as you might notice at the bottom of the list there, I've added some extras. So some weren't on the list. So please do feel free to add anything onto the bottom of the list that's a personal core value for you that might not be listed there already. So I've added ease, because that's really important to me. I want my life to feel quite easy and flowing. I've also added self-worth, self-love, and faith, because they're really important to me. It's very, faith is a big one for me, because when you feel kind of powerless and you can't see what the future is going to look like, you have to have that faith. You have to believe that things are going to get better. So faith is a really important one for me. I have to have faith that things are going to be good and they're going to get better for me. So I've added that as one of my core values. And then what I want you to do with this list of personal core values is take all the ones that you've highlighted and make your own separate list from them. And then what you need to do is to put that somewhere prominent. You can write a list to keep it on your phone if you want to, if that's easier for you. Stick it on a post-it note, have it by your desk, have it on your laptop, wherever's useful for you. But always have this list of your personal core values to mind. And then when you decide that you're going to do something, when you hear a good idea, when somebody says to you or you're in the group and someone suggests, oh, this is what you could do to move on, you could, or I say to you, maybe start a gratitude practice, and you think, oh, that sounds like a good idea, and then 2 days later it kind of goes out the window. I want you to think about the thing that you've said that you're going to commit to and that you want to do, and see where it fits into your personal core values. And the other side to this is to look at the behaviours that you're doing that are not helpful. So, for example, if you're overthinking your ex, if you're thinking of sending a text and being in contact with them when you know that that's not going to help you, if you're following them on social media and you know that it just makes you feel unhappy and anxious and depressed, look at that behaviour and see, does it match up with any of the things on your personal core values list? And if it doesn't match up with them, then don't do it. So stick to behaviours that are within your core values and try and eliminate as many behaviours as possible that are outside of your core values. And that will be one way that you can start to keep heading in the direction that you really want to and really commit to the things that you say that you want to do. So I hope that's been a helpful one for you. I will be in again with another tip for you, the second in the series in the videos, and we will be talking about how to make the things that you want to do more of an unconscious habit, so you don't feel like you're having to remember to try to do them all the time. So that will be step 2. Hope this has been useful for you today. Pop a link in the comment below if it has helped you, and you might want to share some of your core values and see what the important ones are for you. So I'll see you again in the next video.